Welcome to Mountain Man Fungi. Nature has its own way of dealing with different types of toxins and pollutants. Unfortunately, sometimes things can go where they're not supposed to, causing harm rather than benefiting the ecosystem. For example, non-native invasive plant seeds can be eaten by birds, then the birds can defecate the seeds in a different bioregion, causing an uncontrollable invasion of weeds or trees, or thinking even smaller, bacteria like E. coli, Listeria, tuberculosis can make its way from the water system into the public waterways in a town or village, causing sickness to spread to multiple people who come in contact with each other. The same thing with a virus. Not to mention heavy metals like lead, copper, cadmium, zinc. And once these things are in the water, everything downstream is affected and at risk of carrying these. Mycofiltration is a very effective way at cleaning up the water and cleaning up environments for years to come. Let's dive into this concept a little bit more. One thing that's key to a successful mycofiltration operation is matching the mushroom or fungus with the type of microbe or pathogen. For example, the mushroom Zuling polyporus umbilitus was in vitro 100% successful at inhibiting malaria, Plasmodium falciparum. Something really cool about this is that malaria is often carried by mosquitoes, and combining these different polypore species along with substrates that attract these insects could possibly stop the spread because of the antibiotics secreted from the fungal mycelia. Aspergillus niger is a mold fungus that has been shown to filter out 91% of copper, 70% of zinc from treated swine effluent. The garden giant Stropharia rugoso annulata has shown improvements in the livestock coliform, and the birch polypore Pictoporus botulinus has shown to be effective against different types of viruses that are spread in water. Along with the Garicon Fomitopsis officinalis, the artist conch Ganoderma aplanatum, Amadou, Fomus fomentarius, and Reishi Ganoderma lucidium have all been effective against E. coli. Not every single species of fungi will work with every type of pathogen or toxin you're trying to filter out. Fungi are very complex beings, and every different species secretes different types of extracellular enzymes. With that in mind, combining the right fungal species with its hunger for organic matter, you can devise a long-term, self-sustaining, with very little maintenance involved once it's up and running mycofilter for clean water that affects everything downstream and surrounding areas and can stop the spread of harmful bacteria and toxic heavy metals. A study done by Sanel Makanda focused on filtering a product of mining or acid mine drainage called iron 3, which accumulates in waterways. Iron 3, or ferric ion, is insoluble, so once it's in the water, it'll attach itself to the food of aquatic life that's in the waterway and become very toxic once digested. And in very large amounts, it can block out sunlight to the water. She used lab testing and snails, Helisoma durii, as bioindicators as to how effective the mycofiltered water was before and after the treatment of oyster mushrooms, Pleurotus austrius. And the results showed that the mushroom was 85% successful in decreasing the iron 3 contaminants in the water and a significant reduction in the stress levels of the snails. Another practical application for a mycofilter is on a farm or ranch. An advantage of having a mycofilter in these lands is a lot of the farmland is already set up for the natural flow of water following pathways, making it easy to find the optimum spot for a mycofilter. This solution can become even more effective when natural disaster and factory farming practices meet. Let me explain. The way factory farming works is cramming cows, pigs, and chickens, and so on, into very tight quarters for easier feeding and slaughtering practices. Because of this, there is a growing outflow of waste products bursting with fecal-rich effluent that is a health risk to many people in the surrounding areas. The amount has exceeded what nature can absorb, and when you combine this with a big rainstorm or flooding, all that waste streams into waterways of towns nearby. A wonderful A wonderfully gross and stunning example of this is Hurricane Floyd in 1999 in North Carolina. The rain caused the manure ponds to burst, flooding thousands of acres with fecal-soaked water. Toxic levels of a byproduct of fetal production is zinc and copper, and it was introduced into public waterways. As I mentioned above, mycelium of Aspergillus niger reduced copper by 91% and zinc by 70%. Positioning microfilters around farms with various species of mycelium could aid in lessening the aftermath of some of these natural disasters. In conclusion, and something I think that humanity as a species should work more toward, is clean water. And clean water helps make a clean environment. Water is the base for all living things and the launching platform for life to start and to be sustained. Not only is clean water important for the environment and all living things in a particular ecosystem, but it's also crucial for human health. With the way our waterways are being polluted in the name of making more money, it's time for more people to start thinking about the importance of clean water for all life, and I believe that mycofiltration is an excellent start. Thank you very much for watching.